Welcome to Full Frontal. We're back. We were on hiatus for a few weeks, and I know what you've all been thinking.
Why am I persecuted?
Oh, I missed you too, but I was so proud to represent our country on the U.S. Olympic sailing team. Let's get right to the big news. Hillary Clinton has passed away. She says she's not dead, but as we know, she is a liar. I mean, who ever thought someone with the body of a weak and feeble woman could ever lead a great nation? Hillary's death was the culmination of a great month for her.
The race for the White House is entering the final stretch, and the continuing drip, drip, drip of bad headlines for Hillary Clinton surrounding her emails and the Clinton Foundation, too. It may be hurting her in the polls. One recent national poll shows Clinton with just a 2-point lead, down from 4 points 2 weeks ago.
Yay, we're back within the margin of terror. Now, if you're a boy, you will have noticed that those numbers don't add up to 100%. That's because of third-party candidates who give Hillary haters a chance to remain morally pure while also putting Donald Trump in the White House. After spending months complaining that we weren't paying enough attention to them, Johnson and what's-her-name finally got us to give them a closer look. I'm so sorry. I meant Dr. What's-her-name. Send your angry petitions to My Snatch, care of Suck It, You Know I'm Right, Pueblo, Colorado, 81001. Yes, a sentient Caucasian dreadlock, Jill Stein, is so thirsty for media attention that she's taken to petty crime. Meanwhile, my workout buddy, Gary Johnson, like so many charming jocks before him, flunked his geography test.
What would you do if you were elected about Aleppo?
And what is Aleppo?
You're kidding.
No.
It's a city in Syria. You wouldn't like it. It doesn't have many walls left to climb. So Lady Nader and Pothead Perot have both made the critical mistake of letting voters know who they are. Meanwhile, George Wallace in a wig has yet another new campaign manager. Her job seems to involve crushing a Klonopin into his breakfast McFlurry, pointing him at a teleprompter and begging him to use his inside voice, which unfortunately makes him sound like he's reading the world's creepiest bedtime story.
I passed so many places, factories. 20, 30 years ago, they were thriving. And they're just dead. So who's negotiating these deals? Who's doing it? We only have bad jobs. We don't have good jobs anymore. And then other things will be happening. It'll be so exciting. Death. Death to so many people.
Oh my God, that's the voice you hear when you're being chloroformed. Go to sleep, my beautiful butterfly. Come on, Hillary. God has given you the gift of opponents even less appealing than you. Just keep your eyes on the prize. Take that high road straight to the White House.
To just be grossly generalistic, you could put half of Trump's supporters into what I call the basket of deplorables. The racist, sexist, homophobic, xenophobic, Islamophobic, you name it.
No, bad. I swear to God, Hillary Clinton is the only woman I know who can trip over her own dick. What was that? Did your team just decide, hey, nothing else is working, why don't we try insulting Americans into voting for her? You know, when you see grossly generalistic in the prompter, that's when you take a breath and think, do I want to keep talking? You don't barge ahead and torpedo your campaign with a dumb remark. That's Bill's job. Don't alienate the deplorables. You can't win a 4-way race with just deplorables. Now, okay. It's true that Trump's rhetoric has inspired some bigots and mentally ill people to commit hate crimes and terrorize people of color. In fact, there's actually a Google map of the incidents, which is weird because all the racists I know still use MapQuest, but still. Hillary shouldn't have exaggerated. Half of all Trump supporters, I mean, please.
A PPP poll that showed that 65% of Trump supporters believe that President Obama is Muslim. 59% believe he was not born in the United States.
No. That can't be right.
60% of those adamant Trump supporters associate immigrants with criminality.
Nearly half of Trump supporters describe African Americans as more violent than whites. The same proportion describe African Americans as more criminal than whites. 40% describe them as more lazy than whites.
Okay, we are gonna need a bigger basket. We'll be right back.